But the next cycle, because that's when AI, robotics, self-driving cars, missions to the Mars, all of this starts hitting, we will go to a full bubble cycle. And then we can think about what the world looks like after that. So I kind of think we're in a golden bull market, at least until the end of the decade.
In this recent interview on the Bloor Street Capital Show with Raoul Pal, we learn about Bitcoin market outlook and volatility, how global liquidity and market forces shape Bitcoin's ups and downs, Bitcoin as a strategic asset, the role Bitcoin can play in transforming financial systems, Bitcoin price predictions and exponential growth, insights into potential price targets and growth trends. Before we begin this discussion, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this channel. Now let's hear more from Raoul Pal.
Bitcoin is also driven by global liquidity, but it's also the adoption of this new technology, which puts it in this stupid exponential secular trend, but with volatility. The volatility, the big volatile drawdowns are just driven by liquidity. So this year, we've already established is a liquidity positive year. In fact, a very big liquidity positive year because you need to roll all of this debt. So generally speaking, it should be a very good year for cryptocurrencies. However, we're in this period where the Federal Reserve and the Treasury, and because of the dollar, have tightened liquidity over the last couple of months. It's forward-looking, so it's affecting cryptocurrencies right now. So they've been soggy for a while because liquidity was tightened a while ago. But again, our expectation is, it shouldn't last that long in price or time. And then we've got liquidity all the way through this cycle. Now, if we go back to 2021, the prior post-election cycle, because the pandemic had seen the global economy go down to zero, then go straight back up again, the business cycle peaked really early in April 2021. Normally in these presidential election cycle years, the business cycle peaks towards the end of the year. So Bitcoin had a very complicated 2021, but what we're doing now looks very similar to the 2017 post-election for Trump. And what we saw then was ongoing injections of liquidity. We started the year with a sharp 30% correction or 25% correction, the sort of thing we're getting now. And then liquidity just came all year. And it wasn't actually massively put in by the US. It was actually China last time. And I think we might see that again this time, where China is going to play an important role in global liquidity. So I think it's going to be a much stronger year than people expect. People have a lot of PTSD from 2021, where it peaked early, then collapsed, then went back up again, then collapsed. I think it's going to look more like we saw in 2013, 2017. So yes, I remain very bullish for this year on all risk assets.
As we just heard Raoul Pal discuss Bitcoin market outlook, its strategic role, and price predictions, now let's hear him explain further on how global liquidity drives Bitcoin's exponential growth and market volatility. Now, let's listen to what Raoul Pal has to say.
I don't think it goes down 25% because there's ETFs and the market is more mature. So let's say let's say 90,000. So it goes from 100 and where did it get to? 110 down to 90,000. Okay, that seems about right. So not far from where we are now. And then it finishes the year in a worst case scenario. I think it's like 200, 250. In a base case scenario, it's kind of 350. And in a blow off top cycle like 2017, back end of the year, could go north of 500,000. It's difficult to know. So I always kind of give a probabilistic tree of, these are the kinds of zones. Gold is driven by the same thing, which is debasement of currency. It just doesn't have a tech adoption curve, so it doesn't go up as much. So gold will, considering, again, we're in the liquidity cycle where you have to debase currency to pay your debts, gold should continue to do well. Yeah, I'm bullish gold. And I think that'll continue to do well for the rest of this market, particularly, when the dollar starts falling as well, that's good for gold. So overall, I think it's a very good market for gold, very good market for most risk assets. So my job as a macro investor and analyst is to look ahead in the future and try and figure out where the world is going. I have been using a framework since 2000 of debt deflation and demographics. And that framework has been in play ever since. It got me the right side of the financial crisis. It got me the right side of the European crisis. It got, you kind of could see the world through that lens, and it worked very well. I missed the rise of technology earlier on. When I look forwards, the whole world that we understand it is driven by scarcity. And generally, as we've transitioned from manufacturing economies to service economies, scarcity of knowledge is the thing. That's why lawyers get paid so much money, and accountants and financial advisors and doctors and surgeons and all of this stuff, radiologists, is because there's a short number of people, large demand for the services. AI has just made that knowledge a zero. People don't get it yet, but it's all a zero. Being a content creator, creating a media company, a zero. Making films, the cost of making a film will go from $100 million to $5 million or $2 million. So that's the cost element. On the manufacturing side, we're bringing the robots in. So what is the expensive thing of a manufacturing? It's the people. Well, you're just going to get rid of them. Okay, so we're kind of laying off a lot of jobs. Everyone understands that about AI over time, but it's offset by an aging population. So there's less people in the labor force anyway. So that is not the bit that concerns me. The bit that concerns me is, what does it mean for your business or my business when we're replaced by AI?
To watch the full interview, check out the link in the description. Raoul Pal shows us that Bitcoin is set to benefit from global liquidity, faces volatile yet promising growth, and could redefine financial systems as a strategic asset. We would love to hear your thoughts on some questions. Will Bitcoin's volatility fuel its long-term growth? Can Bitcoin become a true safe haven in today's global liquidity environment? Thank you for tuning into Only the Savvy. If you enjoyed this discussion, please subscribe, like, and share our video for more engaging content exploring the innovative world of decentralized technologies. SIM swap fraud is sweeping the globe, and your mobile security is at risk. Switch to Ifani and lock out SIM swap fraud and get the most elite mobile protection in the world. Ifani guarantees 100% protection from SIM swaps, backed by a $5 million insurance policy. Stay secure with reliable coverage, free international roaming, and unlimited data. Trust Ifani to keep your communications and assets secured. Get military-grade protection, 24/7 concierge service, and a hassle-free upgrade. Click the link below for $150 off. Thanks for watching. Help support this channel and receive exclusive offers from one of our partners located in the description. We'll see you on the next one.